Hey folks, how's it going? My name is Lexi and I really love tabletop role-playing games. So much so that we sit down together once a week, every week, here at the gaming table, and we review one here together. I try to keep these videos on the shorter side, at least under 10 minutes, so we can both find our next game. If that sounds interesting to you, I encourage you to press subscribe and keep watching today's video. If you would like to go the extra special mile for the channel, there is the option to make a donation to the channel using the link in my description box to my Ko-Fi page. All donations go straight back to the running costs of the channel, so I put a little thank you to everyone who's made a donation in the previous month. But please don't feel obliged to donate, I just really do appreciate having your company. Today we are reviewing a game that was sent to me. I always really appreciate having games sent to me. I mean, not only does it give me a game to make a video about, but also it can sometimes give me the opportunity to review a game that might have slipped under my radar. If you have made a game and you would like to see it on the gaming table, you can reach out to me using the email address in the description box below. I will be honest, I've got quite a pile of games to review, so it can be a while in between me receiving games and getting a video out. And not only that, I have quite a few emails that I'm trying to sift through. I will do my best to answer those emails as much as I can. I'd like to quickly thank James Summerton for providing us a game to take a look at together. Today we are reviewing Antagonist, a role-playing game of manipulation, war, and wealth. This game manual covers a setting of a world called Alteria. A long time ago, a young hero ventured into the strange outskirts with a vow to protect the people of the land from their dark and mysterious powers. These strange powers are described to be from the Fae. This young hero came back and instead of liberating everyone became a power-hungry megalomaniac who has now conquered the entire region. This setting has elements of a classic European fantasy realm, but the outskirts have a very different feel. Those places on the periphery have a sort of new world feel, kind of like the Americas in its early colonization. I found that reading the details of the setting didn't quite help me get the tone of the game. I actually found when I was reading about the character creation process, I sort of understood what kind of stories I'd be playing with a game of Antagonist a lot better. The character backgrounds give you a real taste of what kind of experiences the people of this world go through. The backgrounds tended to come from the lower elements of society. There definitely is the implication that a lot of these characters have done unsavory things in their past to get by, and they may do more unpleasant things in the future, just to earn their daily bread. Antagonist uses d10s for most of its dice rolling. When a player comes up against an obstacle, the Game Master will ask the player to roll 3 d10s. These d10s are representative of the virtues that the character is drawing from to overcome this obstacle. There's a lot of virtues, so they're categorized into 3 broad categories. There's personal virtues, virtues of resourcefulness, and virtues of reputation. The Game Master will name a challenge number, and based on the results of the dice roll from the player character, the character will succeed or not succeed. They're trying to meet or overcome a challenge number. Each individual die is trying to reach this challenge number. The more dice that meet or exceed the challenge number, the more successes the roll had. A detail I encountered that I really enjoyed is the players can choose to increase or decrease the challenge number. If they are able to convince the Game Master to increase the challenge number, it means any successful outcome of that roll is going to have a greater impact. Inversely, the players can negotiate to decrease the challenge number, but that may mean that the impact of a successful roll is lessened. Characters in Antagonists are given a certain number of action points in a pool. These action points are really important for combat. The number of action points a character has at their disposal can help determine how many times they can act in their turn during a combat. For example, there may be weapons or tools that take more than one action point to use. So if you have those 2 action points, you could use that weapon or item in a single turn. But if you only have, say, 1 or less, you might be in a bit of trouble. The action points can also be used outside of combat. These tend to be for long-term projects that the characters are embarking, things that I think would happen more in the background of the game. I will say I personally found this game manual a little hard to grok the mechanics, particularly the section on the virtues. I wasn't always sure which ones were personal virtues, resource virtues, or reputation virtues. I think it potentially could be set out a little bit more clearly. The rolling of the 3 d10s and hoping to meet a challenge number is pretty straightforward. I was wondering though what you might do if you, say, ran out or didn't have enough numbers in a particular virtue to use it for a roll as requested by a game master. For magic, the game tells you that you need to have at least 3 points in sorcery so you can roll 3 d10s, but perhaps for other challenges you could negotiate using a different virtue. I'm not 100% sure though. For some reason I had a bit of trouble approaching this game. I'm not sure if I was just having an off day when I was writing this review, but whenever I was trying to find an entryway into the game manual, I found I was kind of bouncing off it. I didn't quite instantly get the mechanics, and the way that the story of Alteria is set out didn't quite grab me. The backdrop of the story of this game is set out with a broad overview of the history of the region. Maybe perhaps I would have done better with perhaps a short story or a small snippet of what an everyday person's life would be in this empire. If you like a dense game, then I think this is going to be a lot of fun for you. I can see the virtue system being really appealing for people who like their games to have lots of different potential stats to roll. I also think the virtue system makes sense from a storytelling perspective. When characters are trying to do something, they're drawing on more than one side of themselves or their skills to try succeed. You can get a copy of Antagonist, both a print and PDF copy, through the print-on-demand system through Drive-Thru RPG. It's about $40 US, and for the size of this book and the amount of mechanics you get in it, I definitely think that is a reasonable price. So those were my complicated thoughts on Antagonist. What do you do when you have a bit of trouble finding an entry point into a game manual? Please let me know what you do in the comments section down below. While you're there discussing the game, feel free to like this video and perhaps even share it with a friend who you think might find it interesting. If you want to keep up with the gaming table, you can subscribe and turn on notifications. If you would like to go the extra special mile for the channel, you can make a donation to the channel using the link in the description box below to my Ko-Fi page. All of those donations go straight back to the running costs of the channel, such as getting games printed, so it is deeply appreciated. Of course, please don't feel obliged to make a donation. I appreciate having everyone's company, and all the interaction you folks do with these videos is a huge help. It tells more people that they should be checking out this channel and hopefully more games. I want to thank James Somerton again for reaching out to me with a copy of Antagonist for me to review. If you yourself have made a game and you would like to see it on the gaming table, you can reach out to me by using the email address in the description box below. While I do have quite a few games to review, I'm at least keen to hear what you've been working on. I want to thank you all again for watching and discussing Antagonist with me. I hope you're all well, and I look forward to seeing you next time at the gaming table. Bye!